evening, teacher and classmates. My name is Juan Rafael Maria Calero, and today I'm going to talk with you about the difference between linguistic competence and communicative competence. For that, first we need to know what are linguistic competences. Linguistic competence refers to the innate ability that all, like humans, have to learn the language, to create structures, to associate sounds with meanings, and to create the rules of the language. It's about, in a simplified way, all the information that we need to learn about the language when we born. With that, I have some examples because we need to know how to form grammatically correct sentences, because we need to remember that in the Spanish and English have different grammatic rules in the order of the sentences and in the structure of interrogative sentence. In the order, the Spanish, the subject can be omitted, lives in Ecuador. In English, the subject is obligatory and always precedes the verb. She lives in Ecuador. In the interrogative sentence, two questions marks are placed in Spanish. You like coffee? And in the English, in this sentence, there is an inversion of the order between the subject and the auxiliary with only questions marked at the end. Do you like a coffee? For example, we need to write in text, emails, documents, among others, because this skills is very important, because with that we create sentence with meanings and with coherence. We create structures logical and systematic, because the language, we need to remember, has stricter rules and the use of the verbs, and we need to follow these rules to create and have a better use of the language. For that, we need to pass to communicate competence. A communicative competence relates to how we use the language in the different contexts. It's more advanced way of communication because this use other additional competence, sociolinguistics, discursive and strategic competence, because it's a more sociocultural competence about all the different peoples. We now have the application of these examples. First, we have the debates. To debate with a person about certain things is more useful. The presentation and research of the projects help us to have a better use of this communicative competence. And the conference and public speakings are very useful too, because we need to remember that communicative competence plays a relevant role in our daily life, because we live in a world and we need this use because we live in a world that have more communicated with other people, and with that we need to learning how to use the communicative competences. We have to make an effort to, like teachers, to communicate with our students and have many opportunities with that to achieve personal and professional success. We need to remember that the linguistic competence and communicative competencies have difference. In the first, the linguistic competence is the first one to be developed. It is based on the knowledge you have of the language. It teaches the structure of the language and uses disciplines such as grammar, phonology, semantics, and lexicology to achieve this. It makes the language grammatically correct and meaningful to a speaker, because it's the first that you develop, like you say. And the next is the communicative competences. This allows us to learn the art of speaking correctly depending on the circumstance. It's based on grammatically correct and socially accepted statement. Aspects such as the formality and culture of the speech community must be considered in its use. It is an advanced form of communication that encompasses linguistic, sociolinguistic, discursive, strategic, and sociocultural skills. In a form to end this video, we can say that linguistic competences is the way that you speak and how do you learn to speak, and the communicative competence is a more advanced way of you speak in a different context with different people in a different situation. That's all for me. These are my bibliographic reference. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.